Hello everyone, Chris LaChava with RE/MAX Heritage Professionals, and I want to do a series of videos on home inspections, really questions you should be asking of your home inspector. And so I'm going to start with questions to ask before a home inspection. So these are questions intended to help you identify whether this home inspector is a good match for you. I have a couple of good home inspectors that I use on a regular basis, but you're always free to choose your own if you know of home inspectors. And if you want to look on your own, just these are some questions that you should ask before a home inspection. So the first question is, what areas do you typically check during an inspection? It's important that you understand the scope of the inspection and what major systems are being inspected. Most home inspectors are going to check things like the roof, they're going to check structural issues, they're going to check AC, plumbing, electrical, things like that. What they're not going to do is get in behind the walls and check things like that. Some home inspectors also can do septic and can also do termite or WDO inspections. Some can even do mold, some can do pools, some can't. Some can do irrigation systems and some can't. So it's just important you understand what items that a home inspector is going to be able to check for you during the home inspection. It's also important to understand what areas are not covered during a standard inspection. So, example, there are a lot of home inspectors that cannot do septic inspections, and that's because a septic tank has to be pumped in order to be inspected, and so most home inspectors don't have that capability. Others may not cover things like swimming pools, pool equipment, things like that. And so that's just something to be aware of as well. So it's important to understand both what is covered and what won't be covered in the home inspection. Obviously, the third question you want to ask is, what is the cost of a home inspection? That allows you to budget up front. These costs are costs you have to pay when the service is given, so they're not paid at closing. These are out-of-pocket expenses. Generally, they're going to run anywhere from $250 to $550 depending on the size of the home. If it's a really, really large home, it could be more than that, but typically $250 to $550 is the average price of a home inspection. I think it's another important question is to ask how long the home inspector has been in business and what their background is. One of the home inspectors I used was a home builder up in the Midwest for a long time. So he knows all the different systems within a home and knows what to look for in those home inspections. Another question to ask is whether or not you can attend the inspection. Now, generally speaking, I recommend that you're not there for the whole home inspection because actually you serve as a distraction to the home inspector. You want that home inspector to be able to focus on what they're looking for and really examining different aspects of the home. But what I do typically recommend is that you show up for the last 30 minutes or so the home inspector can walk you through what's going to be in the report so you're not shocked by what's in the report. As well as identify, and he or she can actually show you what they found by walking you through the home and identifying the issues, the major issues that they found. It's important to know that a home inspector's job is to try to identify everything for you. Now, these are not everything that you're going to ask the seller to repair. It's more of a to-do list for you when you become the new homeowner of that home. Unless, of course, you see something major, in which case that might be something appropriate to ask the seller for. But we're still in a seller's market, and so sellers are still not going to do a whole bunch of repairs. But many of them will do something if it's significant. But minor things like paint, things like that are typically not going to be things that a home seller is going to take care of as a result of a home inspection. And then finally, the last question, second to last question you want to ask is, how long will the inspection take? And again, that's to help you time arrival at the last 30 minutes or so of the home inspection. Also for scheduling purposes, so we know how long to tell the sellers to vacate the home for the home inspection. And then the final question that you should ask that home inspector is to see a sample inspection report, just so you can understand what it's going to look like, what's going to be entailed in the report, as well as make sure you understand what their language they're using in the report. So those are all good questions to ask before a home inspection. I highly recommend that regardless of what type of home you're buying, you go ahead and have a home inspection. The expense is worth it, if for no other reason to give you an idea of what things you're up to, what things you're going to need to do once you become the new owner of this home. Anyway, I hope you found these 7 questions to ask before a home inspection helpful. As always, if I can help you buy or sell real estate in Central Florida, please reach out to me, refer me to your family and friends. I'd love to help them, and I'll take really good care of them. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love to have you. Have a great day, everyone.